Alright guys, welcome to another trading recap, and yeah, today's Monday the 2nd of June, and I took a trade today. I took a long, and for news, we didn't have much news. We had Italian bank holiday, which doesn't really matter, and then we had Powell speaking at 6. I didn't trade at 6, but yeah, we'll get into the trade. We'll get into daily bias first. So the daily was up. It had been up for the past couple of days, even though we swept this low side liquidity here. And the 4 hourly was also up. The 1 hour was up. So everything was looking favourable for longs. And I did take a long, however, but I did lose. So the trade went to stop loss and then TP'd instantly, which is annoying to say the least. But yeah, it happens in trading. Execution was clearly wrong. And that's all I can really say. So yeah, bias was up. And then we had these hourly fair value gaps just here. I had a fair value gap here, which we filled very nicely. We had this big one here and the lower one that was unlikely to hit. And if we had come down here, I wouldn't have taken a long, purely based off that it would change the general trend of the market. And I would be looking for shorts, maybe if we create a fair value gap here, into the fair value gap short here, and the price goes down. But we didn't have that happen today. So we didn't have the fair value gap, and then I put my 4 hour equilibrium from this high here to this low here, and we had it near the fair value gap. So realistically, that's where I wanted to enter. And what we got was something a bit different. So we can see here, we had this low just here. Bang, that low just there. And we had swept that low. Sorry, my bad. Okay, so we had this low here, and we swept it once, and then we created a new low, and then we re-sweeped. However, I entered on the first sweep, so if we go on the 5 minute, I was looking for a 5 minute break of structure, as 4 hour and 1 hour were up. And we got the 5 minute break of structure just here, and it was a bit too high for me. It would make the trade it would be a negative risk reward, so I didn't take it there. Waited for a retrace, got a fair value gap, got a 1 minute break of structure, and then I entered here. And my stop loss is under previous lows, and as you can see, I got stopped out pretty quickly, and then it TP'd pretty quickly as well, which is a bummer, but it's just something that happens in trading. And yeah, now we'll get into why I guess it happened. I did risk 0.5% purely because equilibrium was just right here, and then we had the fair value gap, so I didn't want to risk more than 0.5%, so I only lost $500 on this trade. But yeah, so yeah, the reason I think I got stopped was purely because this fair value gap was here, and it never got filled. We wicked into it a couple of times, but this is a classic example of where, let me just change the color of the pen to yellow, just so you can see it brighter. This is a classic example where you wick into the fair value gap, and then you sweep the bottom, and then go up. I didn't realize this at the time. I saw 2 wicks in the fair value gap, and I was like, yeah, we're going to break it now, as we had already swept here. So you get 2 wicks, and then you sweep the bottom, and then pump up, and I thought we were going to break the fair value gap here, but we just didn't. And I think when we didn't close the 15 minute, so this would have been the 15 minute high, when we didn't close, I should have been more cautious and not close the trade, but I think I should have held off a bit before entering, especially when we didn't get the 15 minute break structure. But yeah, so it's good to see bias was right. It's good to see that I knew where the market wanted to go, and for TP it was just a previous area of liquidity. Yeah, there we go. It is a 4 hourly high that we got drawn up into, and it would have been a pretty good TP. If we have a look at it, we can see that we topped straight after. And yeah, it sucks. I didn't re-enter purely because Powell was speaking, and I thought the TP was going to take a lot longer. I thought it was going to be a slow grind up to the TP. And yeah, I didn't want to be in the trade or close to the trade when Powell was speaking. So it was a calculated decision for me not to be in the trade. But I lost $500. I'm not too bothered. It's a bit annoying as I went straight to TP, but it's good to know I was right and my building blocks were correct. And yeah, tomorrow we have not much news except jolts, but that shouldn't affect the market, so I will be trading tomorrow. So if I do take a trade, I will post a recap. And yeah, I hope you guys got value from this, and I hope you guys did well in your trading today. And yeah, if I take a trade, I'll upload a recap. Thank you for watching.